Live from the Holloway Odeon, it's Brian Alberwina!
Welcome to Wealth or Poverty, the game show where you gamble with your life savings. The game show where you could end up a millionaire or end up on the streets. Now let's meet our first contestant, George Ballcock.
Actually, it's Beltrop.
What's that?
My name. It's George Beltrop.
Whatever. Now, a little bird has told me that it's you and your wife's 20th wedding anniversary today. All together now.
Actually, I think you've got me mixed up with another contestant. My wife died 12 years ago.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Now, you're very happy to be here tonight, aren't you, George?
Yes, Brian, I am.
You're happier than that, aren't you, George?
Yes, this means a lot to me. You're my last chance. Thank God you were born, Brian. I don't know what I'll do without you. I'd probably commit suicide.
That's all right, George. Now, tell us a humorous anecdote in precisely 43 seconds flat.
Well, me and my late wife were getting married and...
Could you hurry it up a bit? Half the audience have fallen asleep.
Anyway, my best man had forgotten the ring.
Yes, your best man had forgotten the ring. Could you get to the point?
So we used my grandmother's belly button ring.
Yes. You used your grandmother's belly button ring. Then what did you do?
We got married.
You're not very funny, are you?
I'm not a comedian.
That's no excuse. We rehearsed that anecdote 20 times before the show.
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. Have you brought your life savings with you? Oh, stop crying.
I'll try, Brian.
If you don't stop crying, George, I will be forced to break your jaw.
Oh, yes. I have got my life savings with me.
Then we can start the show. How much are you willing to gamble on the first question?
I don't know. Is it going to be a hard question?
I'm sorry, George. I can't tell you that.
Okay. £1,000?
£1,000. Is that all? What do you think? I personally agree. Bet a bit more, George.
£2,000?
Okay, be like that. See if it makes you popular. Your first question for £2,000. Who killed John F. Kennedy?
That's quite a complex question. There are many disputed theories. According to Oliver Stone's film JFK, Lyndon Johnson, the CIA, and the Mafia were behind it because he was going to pull out of Vietnam. According to the Warren Commission...
I'm sorry, you're wrong. It was Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's debatable.
I'm sorry, I can only take the answer on the card. You owe us £2,000. How much are you willing to gamble on the next question, George?
£2,000 again?
I don't think you've got the point of this show, George. You're down 2,000. If you bet 2,000, you're only going to recoup your losses. I reckon you should gamble the rest of your life savings. What does the audience think?
That's easy for you to say.
The audience is turning ugly, George.
Okay. I'll gamble the rest of my life savings.
Did you hear that? He's going to gamble the rest of his life savings on this question. Now there is a sport. Now, the question. For the rest of your life savings, what came first? The chicken or the egg? Chicken or the egg?
The chicken. No, the egg. No, the chicken. The chicken.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, Brian.
I'm sorry. It was the egg.
Well, I might as well go home then.
Don't worry, George. We can use your home as collateral.
I live in rented accommodation.
You've still got your limbs. Legs are worth £6,000. Are you willing to gamble your leg for the next question?
Oh, I don't know, Brian.
Don't be such a puff, George. This way you can gradually recoup your losses. What does the audience say?
I know I shouldn't, but okay, Brian. I'll gamble the leg.
That's my man. Now, the question for your leg. Newton discovered the laws of gravity from an apple hitting his head. What type of apple was it? Now I can give you a clue. It was not a French Golden Delicious, since they weren't around at that time.
Braben?
Now let's look on the card and see if that is the answer. I'm sorry, George. It was a Granny Smith. Now here comes the lovely Pamela with the chainsaw. Now all is not lost. If you get the next question right, you'll get your leg stitched back on. Will you answer the next question, George?
Okay, I will.
Okay. This is sudden death. If you get this question wrong, George, we will have to remove your liver. Sudden death question. Are you a dickhead? Yes or no?
Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I'm a nice guy.
I'm sorry, Brian, but you are a dickhead. Now, if I just slice open your stomach... And there it is. What a beauty. It's a pauper's grave for you, George. But for the rest of you, you can still become rich. Rich! Rich! Rich!
We are gathered here today to lay to rest a dickhead, George Borcock. Oh, no, I mean George Bancroft. whatever. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.